Right, this is a video to summarize my business plan so far. What I've done in the last 8 weeks is market research. So I put out a survey. I've got 16 responses to the survey just to get an idea of the local market in Newcastle or in the UK generally, about how much people spend for websites, what type of buying decisions they make, what criteria they use to decide on who develops the website for them. So we've got market research. I've taken a look at the local competition. Just a quick look on Yelp suggests there's about 30 companies, maybe a few more. Some of them don't have websites, which is bizarre. Why would you be a website design and development company without a website of your own? So they're obviously people in spare rooms. So there's people on the quayside in office space run by Regis. I've spoken to one guy there. I've got an idea of his pricing. I've also found pricing on websites, well, one website locally. So between the two of those, I should be able to come up with a strategy for pricing based on an average of about £350. So I'm going to start my pricing at about £300, and obviously it goes up as the complexity of the project goes up. But for a simple one-page site, it's roughly £300, including the VAT. And so that's the website development side of things. There's also a couple of conferences that I'm going to be putting together, or going to be looking at putting together. One in January next year, which is a project called Newcastle Goes Global. There's a website at newcastlegoesglobal.com, which is just a proof of concept. All the things that I'm looking at for that, which is kind of a way of getting people into Newcastle off season, and bringing people in from Europe, from the States to speak, from London to speak. So we're bringing people in from Scotland to speak and Wales to speak as well. So it's like a European conference held in Newcastle in January. This doesn't sound very appealing really to me, but it'll appeal to somebody. European conference talking about global issues, so about economics, about geopolitics, environmental issues that affect people globally, and a way to get everybody in the same room talking to each other, talking about serious issues, and hopefully solving a few problems in the process. So I'm going to be looking at the Central Library, or also the Beacon, and maybe the Centre of Life as well as venues. Once I've spoken to them, I'll have more of an idea of cost, but that's phase 2 of my business plan. Phase 3 is another conference next June, which is Physician Heal Thyself, and there's a lot of posting in a group I have on Google Plus called Physician Heal Thyself. That's where I'm putting the medical information that I come across, and it's a medical conference essentially. It's medical technology, medical philosophy, holistic medical conference. So it includes some philosophy, it includes some technology, it includes some things you can do for yourself. It's about personal responsibility for health essentially. So it's a conference to help people to be healthy. Newcastle Goes Global is to get people in and to put Newcastle on the map globally. So it's the equivalent of something like Davos, or some type of global conference, if you want to name. There's 2 or 3 that I could name, but Davos is the one that really springs to mind. So Economic Forum, that one, and geopolitics. And Physician Heal Thyself is medical philosophy and personal responsibility. And as part of that, I'll be looking at selling t-shirts and raising some money to give people free nutrition. So how this is going to work is we sell the t-shirts, the money goes into a pot. Anybody who's going through chemotherapy or diagnosed with cancer gets free nutrition. And that that way, we can build up some evidence that nutrition makes a big difference, which it does. There's already evidence, but people have to see it for themselves, and the only way we can get that happening is to give the nutrition away. So it's a Physician Heal Thyself probably going to have to be set up as a charity to be able to do that. So looking at educational charity as a kind of structure for it. Yeah, that's just this time next year essentially. And again, the Centre of Life is the obvious place for that one, or maybe the Sage, something like along those lines, somewhere that'll get 200, 300 people in. And we'll do it as a one-day conference or possibly a two-day conference, depending on the amount of interest.